Hello and welcome back. It's a Sunday, so we're here with another series. This week we're doing a trilogy, which is a nice switch up. Well, I guess it's not really a switch up because I did last trilogy and then duology, and now we're back to a trilogy. So this is the Westmark series by Lloyd Alexander. This is a middle grade historical fiction fantasy. I don't really know where to put this because I guess it is historical fiction. So it's kind of like late medieval / Renaissance-y times, and it follows a series of very interesting characters and really focuses in on Theo, who is our main character. He is a young boy. He wants to be a printer. He's apprenticing with a printer's press, and everything goes wrong one day when his boss gets arrested. He escapes because his boss was printing some things that the, Duke didn't like. So he escapes, he's on the run, and then he meets some, let's say, interesting people, namely Count Bombas, Mikkel, and Skeet, and Count Las Bombas. We also find out his name is something different later on. So in this one, they travel countryside, get into some trouble, and some things are revealed that are very important to the other two books. Now, we're entering the spoiler section. When this newspaper disappears, you are free to come back, but if you don't want to be spoiled, now is your chance to leave. The second book is called The Kestrel, and this had a very different tone than the first book. We are at war in this book. In the end of the second book, we find out that Mikkel is actually Princess Augusta, the long-lost princess, and that Cabus, who was like this catch-all servant for the king, was actually really evil, big surprise, and imprisoned her. She escaped, blah blah blah, regular fantasy stuff. And so their neighboring country is trying to take over because the king died, everything's all topsy-turvy. So Theo goes off and finds himself in with a man named Florian, who is a revolutionary who wants the monarchy dissolved and all this sort of stuff, and he's fighting with them. He turns into a cold-blooded killer, and Mikkel, my fave, turns into a war commander and leads the army to various victories. It's a very intense read. It talks a lot about morality and things like that too, so I did really enjoy this. And then the third and final book is The Beggar Queen. So The Beggar Queen picks up kind of where the last one left off. There's still a lot of political intrigue. There's still a little bit of war. At the very beginning, Theo is missing, so trying to find Theo. Mikkel's really upset. And then Cabus comes back, there's war, and a lot of people die. So this one was sad, but that's the basics. So this is another 4-star series for me. I rated all 3 of these books 4-star. I think that The Kestrel was my favorite, but they're all really good and bring really interesting things to the table. I love the character development and everything that goes on in the books. I think that they're just really great. Unfortunately, they're hard to find, so these books, I believe, are out of print, along with Lloyd Alexander's other series, The Chronicles of Pyrden, which is one of my all-time favorite series, also middle grade, high fantasy. So it breaks my heart because I love this, and I think that there's a lot of younger children who would also love it, but will never get the chance to read it. So if you can get your hands on this series, I would highly recommend reading it. It's a lot of fun, and it's just really smartly and well written. Lloyd Alexander is one of my favorite authors for very good reasons. So yes, 4-star series. Loved it. Highly recommend. If you've read the series, let me know in the comments down below. I'm sure that's not very many people. Or if you've read any of Lloyd Alexander's other books, let me know that too, because again, he's my fave. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next Sunday with another series Sunday. So much fun. I'll see you later.